My name is Eddie Lin, and I work on DS8000 architecture and development. I've been working on that project since the first DS8000 back in 2005. DS8000 development is primarily located in Tucson, Arizona. That's where I'm from. But we have several labs across the country and across the world, and we're pretty spread out. So we have quite a bit of work all over the place. If you look around and you talk to all of the customers and other people here at Edge, there's all these emerging workloads, there's all these software-defined storage and stuff like that. DS8000 still is extremely relevant. The IT architecture is still extremely relevant. It's not going away anytime soon. So for us to continue to provide new and innovative technologies, whether it's connecting new I/O infrastructures for mainframe, or to connect to cloud architectures like OpenStack and provide REST APIs and mobile applications for the DS8000, we're still innovating across all the various parts of the IBM infrastructure. It's a combination of both. We obviously customer-driven workloads. We tailor those to our biggest, from the biggest customers to the smallest customers. We try to aim for what we're really good at, right? Low latency, high performance for I/O, high I/O workloads. But at the same time, while we go after the customers and the clients and stuff like that, we also are looking at the new emerging workloads and seeing how we can fit into that as well. DS8000 still plays a role in all of those things as well. Our bread and butter is, of course, high transaction workloads, but we do still play in the we call it distributed space, and we still have a lot of workloads that are done in that space. We are working together with the very successful launch of the Z13 just recently. We're announcing a suite of enhancements that go hand in hand with that Z13 launch. We're announcing a new host adapter. We're going from 8 gigabit to 16 gig. And then we're also providing what we call Z Synergy, which is we work hand in hand with our friends and buddies in System Z to provide new and innovative technologies specific to System Z and DS8000. We have changes in the way that we are able to be more efficient in when we hyperswap between two DS8000s. We have things like Z Hyperwrite, which is very good for DB2 log writes. We're putting together Fabric I/O Priority and a bunch of other features that are specific to that announce. So kind of bundling it together, we're moving forward with bigger and better I/O technologies. It is RESTful enabled in 7.5, which is available on May 22nd. There will be a red book and public papers about how you can write your own apps to control and handle DS8K. If we go out into the demo area, you'll see crowds of people just huddled around that system. I do encourage you to go out there, take a look at it. It's a fully running machine. It's got our 16 gig host adapters in it. It's got our high performance flash. In fact, it's an actual all flash system. Take a look at some of our subject matter experts have our iOS app, so we can monitor performance, we can monitor events, we can monitor all that from our phone. So we're still being innovative in those areas. That's more of a higher level system construct. This is more of a logical configuration type, creating volumes, extent pools, and then also being able to monitor the performance, monitor the capacity, and make changes to that capacity as needed, but through a RESTful API.
So my name is Nick Clayton. I work for IBM Systems Group Development. I'm actually based in the UK, near to Manchester, although I work for the Tucson development team, working on the DS8000, and I'm the solution architect for the DS8000 platform. So I focus on the overall infrastructure and value of the DS8000 and how it integrates with other IBM products to provide greater value, working together, make the sum of the parts greater than each individually. So that's what I do for IBM, and behind me we have the latest DS8870, and you can see here actually we actually have an all-flash DS8870 machine here. We've moved over the last couple of years where people were introducing small amounts of flash and perhaps using our easy tiering technology, and now we're seeing people start to deploy solutions where it is 100% of these flash drives and all the data is on the high performance flash storage. In order to really take advantage of the flash, we're introducing the next generation of host adapter technology into the platform. So these are new 16 gigabit host adapters which will really enable people to get the full value out of these flash drives. So the new host adapters are down here in the I/O bays at the bottom of the disk subsystem. In our flash machine we actually have 8 I/O bays, adding a massive amount of the host adapters in the single frame. This is double the number of adapters that we can get from a normal machine because we need to be able to drive these drives to the absolute maximum. We're not just with the new adapters moving to a 16 gigabit SFP. This is perhaps interesting, but what's more interesting is if you can really change the rest of the hardware to get more advantage out of the new line speeds. So the new adapters have a quad-core processor, so we can get significantly more throughput and process 2 to 3 times the I/O on the adapter compared to the original ones. So not just a bandwidth improvement with the new link speed, but significant throughput and latency. One interesting thing that is perhaps less interesting to the salespeople, but more interesting to people in the data center, is often when we move to the next speed of fiber channel, we actually hit problems with cable quality, where you move from 4 gig to 8 gig and you have to replace a lot of cables. And we didn't want this to happen with the move to 16 gig. So we've introduced some forward error correction capabilities, which we're also driving into the industry standards, which will mean that we can actually use the same cables and the ability to handle bit errors will be better than with 8 gig. So getting rid of a lot of the pain that the operations people and the data center people might experience if they move from 4 gig to 8 gig. So significant benefit there, not around the performance side, but making sure that you can continue to use your infrastructure without disruption.